Hello everyone, my name is Carissa and this is Doberman Rescue. Today we're going to talk about the importance of decompression when a dog starts its new life with you. Whether you're fostering a dog or adopting a new dog, the first 3 days are a critical period for a dog adjusting to a new situation. When problems arise, it's usually because people aren't looking at the situation from the dog's point of view. When an adopter contacts us and says that things aren't going well, we always ask what the dog's first few days with them have been like. And more often than not, the story is the same. When we hear something like, "He seems so happy and so calm, I took him to Petsmart on the way home from the foster," that's an immediate red flag. Or someone will say, "I took her out for ice cream and she started barking at all the other customers." Or, "I had my sister come over and he barked and lunged at her and now she's afraid of him." These are all normal responses on the part of a dog who's in a stressful situation. Taking the dog to the store might seem like a fun outing for you, but basically the dog is being dragged to a loud, chaotic place by a virtual stranger. You might be excited for the dog to meet your sister, but the dog can't magically sense that the sister is now part of his family, so he reacts with the natural wariness of a dog bred for protection, which is exactly what a Doberman is. So when we talk about what a dog's first few days should look like, the most important thing to remember is the concept of decompression. The decompression phase is vital for setting the dog up for success, and it will set the tone for how the dog will behave in your home. You want the dog to feel comfortable and safe in your home so they're not faced with the decision to become defensive or choose to bite because they're stressed or fearful. So dogs are usually kind of come to your house from one of three scenarios. Either they've been in a shelter, they've been surrendered by the family they know, or they're coming to you from a foster home where they already felt safe. So let's talk about shelters first. If you spent any time in a shelter, you know that they're loud, chaotic, smelly places. They're full of barking, anxious, and stressed out dogs. This is a tough environment for any animal, but we find that Dobermans do particularly poorly in shelters. The longer the dog has been in the shelter, the more traumatized they might be. So when you adopt or foster a dog straight out of the shelter, you need to give them space and time to recover from that trauma. Similarly, dogs who are surrendered to rescue by their family or placed in um, an adoptive home out of a loving foster home might be confused and stressed about what's happening to them. Many dogs who are surrendered to rescue come from owners who did not put time or energy into the dog. They may be under-socialized, they may have spent their entire lives in the backyard, they may never have been in a home, they may never have seen stairs, and many of them are lacking basic training. They don't know you, they don't trust you yet, and they don't know what's expected of them in this new environment. Having a regular routine and a quiet environment is the best way to help a dog overcome this sudden change. This typically takes a minimum of 2 to 3 weeks, and it's our job as their guardian to be patient and guide them through this time. Unfortunately, people are naturally impatient. They want the dog to fit in immediately and to be as thrilled with the situation as they are, and thus we often see the biggest mistakes happen during this time period. They will give the dog too much affection, too much attention, too much freedom, and too much stimulation. It's all just too much. After experiencing so much change, the best thing a dog can get is structure and space. Structure provides the dog with a sense of safety, and space allows the dog to decompress from the emotional stress that dogs incur with so much change. So, try to look at the situation from your dog's point of view and keep everything as low key as possible. In my next video, I'll talk about steps that you can take before you bring your dog home and in the first few days after to set you both up for success. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.